Hey, what's up guys, this is Liam on Your Overwatch, back with a new video. Today I'm going to be doing a Genji guide, specifically his deflect ability and when it's the best time to use it and how it can really help your team out. Do be sure though to let me know in the comments if I missed anything and drop a subscribe if you enjoyed. So Genji is my favourite character to play in the game, but I'm actually one of these people that do know how to use him. Before I actually get into how to use a deflect in the best times, I just want to mention a few things that he can and cannot deflect, and I'll also put some on screen just to make it a bit easier because there's so many different things. But what I will say is that most things in the game can be deflected. The only thing that can't are direct energy weapons. So Mei's Ice Cloud or Zarya's Beam, these cannot be deflected, and these are all left clicks on mouse, and that's right trigger primary fire basically. These cannot be reflected, and there's not actually that many on the game that can. Zarya's right click can be deflected, as can Mei's. So you just need to work out exactly what can and can't, but honestly most things in the game can. Just be careful for direct energy weapons. Now there's another thing with ultimates, and I see a lot of videos and people deflecting Hanzo's ultimate, and when this happens there's actually different effects on it. But yes, Hanzo's ultimate can be deflected as well as Genji. But it isn't just Hanzo's, it's again most people in the game that fire some kind of projectile for their ultimate can be deflected. So Tracer throws her bomb. This is a projectile, can also be deflected, as can Zarya's ultimate, but also McCree's as well. So anything that's being thrown, anything that doesn't just happen, can be deflected, and that also goes for Mei's ultimate. So she throws a thing up in the air. If you deflect that, you'll freeze her whole team instead of yours. So there's a few main reasons deflect can be used, and the first one is obvious, right? Is deflecting damage back at your enemy, probably a Bastion. That's what made me go with Genji, is just getting in a Bastion's face, deflecting his damage if he shoots at you, and if he doesn't, you've got a free target. It's an easy 1v1 situation, but that does bring me on to the second reason you're going to want to use this deflect ability, and that is so that you can deflect damage to someone else. Say you walk out and there's a Bastion behind a Reinhardt, you can deflect his damage back at the Reinhardt shield to do damage to that, but alternatively you can actually deflect that damage at someone else on their team, which can be very good. So say you got a Tracer out in the open or coming at you or attacking your teammate, and you see that there's a Bastion up there. Peek out towards the Bastion, take that damage, reflect it in the other direction towards your Tracer. You'll kill them easily, and they've effectively just melted their own teammate. One little fact that I will throw in here is that you can only deflect damage that's coming from a 180-degree angle in front of you, so anything on your screen coming from the front of you. However, the reflect does seem to have a slightly bigger hitbox than Genji himself, so if someone fires maybe a rocket or a missile at you from behind, it can actually miss your body and then be deflected forwards to where you're aiming. Just a little thing I wanted to throw in. Now aside from wreaking havoc with your own enemies' damage back at themselves or at their teammates, what Genji's deflect ability is probably best for is actually gaining ground. You want to push up on your enemy teams all the time, specifically in payload, or even if you're playing control point, you want to get it, push forward, push in, spawn trap, whatever you want to do. So what can be really useful is just deflecting damage, even if you're not aiming at someone or you don't have the ability to aim back at them, just so you can gain extra ground to get up the map and then really get on the enemy team's nerves, get behind them, distract them, split them up, and let your team push forward and get that W. Now the final thing I wanted to mention is actually when to pop up the deflect, right? This should be obvious, but it isn't always, because sometimes you're playing people of different skills and they'll realise that you are a Genji. So what I'm going to put on screen is a clip where I actually deflected Zarya's ultimate. Now what's really good about this is that no, I didn't know she had her ultimate. It's very hard to predict, but you can see just before she pops it, she knows I'm a Genji. She knows that I'm coming up and I'm going to deflect when she does something. But I'm also sitting there with this counter idea in my head. Well, she's not firing yet because she knows I'm a Genji, so I'll wait. So I'm waiting for her to left click me because she's been doing it for most of the game. As I decide to press deflect because I know she's going to left click, she actually pops her ultimate, which deflects it, drags her whole team in, and we get to wreck the whole lot of them. It was really good. It was a really great moment, and it even took a second to realise what would happen. So you just have to make sure that you deflect at the right time. You need to juke your enemies out, wait for them to shoot, and then get them. This can be very hard, particularly with a Widowmaker, because if you walk out, a Widowmaker is going to shoot at you. But if they know you're a decent Genji player, player, they'll wait for you to deflect and you have to get that perfect timing, and I don't always recommend it. It's not a great idea. But definitely size up your enemies, see how good they are, and use your deflect to their ability. If they're just a new player with a Bastion, they've got no chance against you. Be a Genji god, you know what to do. If I miss anything, let me know in the comment section down below, guys. Do be sure to drop a like and subscribe if you enjoy the channel. Have a great day as always. Take care and peace, people.